Alright everybody, Terrence Popp here with another episode from the Lair on Redonkulas.com. And today I got a set of questions here. Some of them are, military related, and some of them are on some of the other episodes we've done in the past. So let's start off with number one.
What in your opinion is the best assault rifle?
Alright, now a lot of people are going to think, I'm going to say the AK-47 or the M16. Both those weapons are very good, but they are not actually the best that you can get. The M16 5.56 is very, very accurate, but not nearly as reliable as the AK-47, which you could put half a tube of Crest toothpaste into and it'll still fire and cycle. You could throw it in the mud, pick it up and fire it and it'll be fine. You cannot do that with an M16. The weapons I picked, people are going to think I'm crazy, but I've handled a lot of weapons in my day. And I got to tell you, the Israeli Galil is the best of both worlds. It's a 5.56, highly accurate, has a lot of the redundant systems to allow it to fire while it's all jammed up and caked with mud and so forth. It's got, I believe, the same blowback system as an AK-47, or maybe it's the gas tappet, I'm not sure. But yeah, and the one right behind that is the Daewoo. It's a South Korean battle rifle, which is basically same thing. The reason I like the Daewoo is it has an actual extraction arm built onto the end of the bolt and an extraction arm on the side of the receiver. So if one fails, the round will still be ejected from the weapon or the brass. So and it was easy to shoot. It was fairly accurate. Wasn't overly too heavy. It was a good all-around weapon. Very similar to the Galil, though. I think they kind of copied off each other, but those are two good ones. And right behind those two weapons would be the HK G3 and the G93. One's a 308, one's a 5.56. Both of them are workhorses, very precise, and the 308 is one of my favorites because it'll knock a man down 800 meters, no problem. Where the 5.56, you probably wound them or you got hit them 2 or 3 times, which is not always that easy. And then right behind all those is the M14 and all the M14 derivatives they have out there. That's a 308 rifle. Was used after World War II up into like the last third of Vietnam War. 308. Damn good weapon. I don't know why we don't continue to use that. Oh well, what are you gonna do? It is what it is. All right, the next one, number 2. Somebody asked me what my opinion is on the 6.5 Creedmoor and the 6.5 Grendel rounds. Well, the 6.5 round, the ballistics are probably the best you're going to get. And the Germans, go figure, they figured this out way back in the day with a 6.5 millimeter Mauser. Had a 55 millimeter brass case. Very good rifle, very accurate, and I believe John F. Kennedy was shot with an Italian 6.5 times 55 rifle, and he had a little bit taken off the top. Got himself a JFK haircut with that weapon. Though I don't believe Oswald got all those rounds off, but all the people who were involved in that were probably killed within a day, so we'll never know. Okay, the Creedmoor, very, very high chamber pressures, excellent flat trajectory. In fact, the trajectory of the Creedmoor is very similar to the 300 Win Mag without all of the shoulder-destroying kick. So, that's good. That case, I believe, is 43 millimeters long. They still wanted to have a lot of power and have the case be short enough so they could probably use it as an assault weapon round 2. The 6.5 Grendel was specifically designed to be an assault weapon round because the case is 39 millimeters, which happens to be the same length as the AK-47 brass. Go figure. Between the two, when they go neck to neck, the Creedmoor has a better trajectory out to 1,000 meters than the Grendel, and the Grendel loses a lot of its ass past 800 meters. But both of them have a really really bad downside, and that is they wear the shit out of the rifles relatively quickly. The Creedmoor, you're losing your accuracy between 3,000 and 5,000 rounds. That's nothing. You could run through 5,000 rounds in one heavy live fire exercise. The Grendel will do the same thing, but usually that's between 5,000 and 8,000 rounds. So the fact that these rounds are so punishing to the weapon that destroy the barrel, I really can't see these 2 rounds being picked up for military use. Unless they have like some kind of new steel or any alloys out there that can resist this chamber pressures. But I'm not seeing it anytime soon. Okay, when you compare those 2 rounds, or the Creedmoor and the Grendel together, and how they chew up the barrels, when you have a 308 rifle, you can run like 30,000 rounds for that barrel before it starts to go beyond 1 minute of angle. And even the sniper weapons will go 15,000 rounds. The 308 and probably 10 to 11,000 on 300 Win Mag. I haven't read the literature on the 300 Win Mag because that one was brought into service after my time as a sniper. But it's still a 30 caliber bullet, and it'll knock the shit out of you. That's just my opinion. Okay, somebody asked me what my favorite liquid sleep is. Oh, God. All right, here we go. I love me some tequila. You get a nice alcohol buzz off of that without all the craziness going on with your A1C levels that you get with some of the other alcohols. It also doesn't have quite as many calories, but some people really can't take the aftertaste of tequila. I myself like it quite a bit. You know, the lemon and the salt also helps. You know, but fuck that. Usually I just take it straight. Right behind that is whiskey. Whiskey with a side of bourbon. I love that shit. You know, double shot of whiskey, put your ass to sleep. Probably in between 20 and 30 minutes. Love it. Right behind that is gin. I don't like drinking straight gin, but I like gin and juice. It's some good ass shit. Especially tart cherry juice or tart cherry juice concentrate. Because you have it with your gin, not only does it help you sleep, but the tart cherry juice is actually a very good anti-inflammatory for your body. It's pretty much up there with Motrin and some of the other anti-inflammatories, except this one benefit. It does not impact your kidneys or your liver negatively at all. There you go. Okay, let's see. Mr. Popp, you mentioned the spinster bubble in one of your past videos. Can you please elaborate? I do make a lot of fun about these spinsters and the cat ladies. In fact, I'm coming up with a cat lady starter kit list, along with a serial killer start shopping list. I think that would be a pretty funny comedy skit. But a lot of these women, especially since the 80s, where they've been fully indocked into this feminist bullshit, even if they say they're not feminists, you know, they'll still jump on board for a perceived injustice, which is fine with me. I don't care. But it has driven a wedge between the sexes, and down the road, you know, I'm also, you know, I'm not excluded from this. In fact, everything I talk about in my videos, I fully know that I'm also probably in the betting pool of getting fucked up with what's going on. And I accept it, I acknowledge it, and I understand. But a lot of these women, they think this is going to go on forever, and they hit that wall, you know, 35 to 40. Usually it's a little earlier, especially if you're a redhead and you age like curdled milk. But yeah, I mean, if you make it in your 40s and you're not tracking on a, you know, husband or somebody that's, you know, around on a permanent type basis, chances are what you got is what you got, and you're going to live to be, you know, 70, 80 years old. That's a long fucking time. But we've already have this problem with a lot of these women living like in oppressive poverty, which, you know, they did to themselves, but nobody wants to admit this. There's a lot of these women who living in poverty were probably married, decided to get divorced, they could do better down the road, and never materialized for them. So here they are in their 50s, 60s, 70s, eating cat food, and 4 or 5 of them living in a flat because they can't afford the rent. And they did it to themselves. And unfortunately, down the road, when this does happen, they're going to change the laws around to rack dudes through the coals even more upon divorce. And because these women are going to get fucking just absolutely flambasted by the system that they themselves created. But hey, that's just me, Mr. Predictor, because, you know, I'm a dude with a dick. Anyway, that's my take on that shit, the spinster bubble. In fact, I'm working on an episode for the spinster bubble. And it ought to be very entertaining, so stay tuned. Okay, this guy here, he says, Mr. Popp, can you expand on the full Monty? There has to be more tricks. All right, if you haven't checked out the full Monty, please do so. It's basically a list of dirty tricks you can use to help defend yourself in divorce court and or from friend of the cunt. Yes, there are plenty of more tricks, and I should probably update that and make a full Monty 2. Some guy requested that I also make a list of how to get rid of men living in the house where your ex-wife or ex-girlfriend lives with you, or whatever, who has your children. That would be very good. I'm working on that, and it is most devastating and hilarious. But, you know, to do such things, you gotta do dishonorable shit, and you gotta play fucking dirty. But my opinion on that is this. I generally don't try to be dishonorable or fight dirty. But if my children are involved, I'm going to the mat, I'm eye gouging, and I'm a cheating motherfucker all day long, every day, 365, 24/7. That's just me. Okay, I got like this comment in regards to don't ride the horse chick. Please check it out. Basically, I'm not going to go through the whole comment, but she called me a psychopath in the comments, you know. Well, first of all, the mere fact that I'm doing this proves that I'm not a psychopath. I'm a sociopath, and the woman that left that remark, you should probably look that up in the dictionary and learn the difference, you stupid bitch.
I'm in college as a student, and I love your College Crunch video. It is so true of today. Is there any other way I can avoid some of these expenses?
Yeah, you go to community college for your first 2 years and transfer a full boat. Most of those 4-year colleges will allow you to transfer 62 credit hours over. Whatever 4-year college you're aiming at, you go to there first, get a list of what they'll take from your local community college, and only take classes that will transfer over. Number 2, don't live in the dorms, okay? Don't live in the dorms, don't live in the dorms. I'm saying that 3 times because people who do that wind up getting fucked up. Your GPA goes in the toilet, and now you have to worry about sexual assault and rape charges and all kinds of other horse shit that goes on these college campuses. And they don't need a 90% determination to punish you. All they need is 51%, a preponderance of the evidence. So basically, her and one of her girlfriends as a so-called witness, and guess what? You're getting evicted from fucking your dorm or wherever the fuck you are, and you're getting kicked out of school. So my opinion is go to a local 4-year college, go to community college. If you can buy your books from the used bookstores. If they change the prints of the books, which they do every 1 to 3 years to sell more at this full crazy price, buy the old book. Go to somebody that's in your class that has a new book. Find out what pages are different. Copy the new pages and put them in the old book. That's what I did. Some of these books I got were like $160 fucking brand new. I went and got the old edition for $12. I spent $3 on the copier. Had a goddamn brand new book. That's it doesn't have to be pretty. It only needs to work. Functionality over form. All right, this is from another chick, number 8.
I don't understand why you lump all women into one group. We're not all like that. There are good women out there. Just get off your ass and find them.
If you go back and you look at my videos, I use a lot of verbs like a majority or most. I don't usually use the word all because you are correct in this case. They're probably not all like that. Well, let's get real with this here for a minute. In the casino, the best odds you can get is 51.49. Okay, that doesn't sound like a big advantage, but almost everyone that goes into that casino loses their fucking ass. So that's the casino demonstration. Let's roll this back to the divorce. Like 50% of first marriages end in divorce. 60 some odd percent of second marriages end in divorce. 70 some odd percent of third marriages end in divorce, with women filing for divorce 70% of the time or more, depending upon the study that you check out. So yes, they're not all like that, but all the women that are filing for divorce are fucking it up for everyone else. Okay, and another thing, whenever I hear a woman tell me I'm different, I hear the words coming out of her mouth, but when they hit my ears, I hear the words, "Be my victim," because that is exactly what she wants you to be. So gentlemen, I highly advise you not to get married. If you do get married and you want to fall for that bullshit, okay, I got it. Only do it one time, okay? Because anything more than that is basically the definition of its insanity. You'll be doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results because it's not going to happen. Number 9, have you heard about the studies conducted by anyone who is white that will be discounted or discarded in whole? Yes, I've heard about this. I'm waiting for some more articles to come out. If you find any out there, please send the links to my email, redonkulas12@gmail.com, because I'm assembling a list on this. And basically my take on this is simply they don't want to hear the truth. All right? A lot of these people out there doing these studies, they're not skewing the data. They're just following the numbers and where the numbers go. All right? For instance, 80% of the men in prison came from a fatherless home. Now, if that study was come up with a white person, they would say, oh, that white guy made it up. It's not true. This is kind of like the argument they use, do you believe everything you find on the internet? Well, generally, I would say no if I only find 1 or 2 sources. But if I'm going through 5 to 10 pages deep into a Google search and I keep coming across the same numbers, then fuck yeah, I believe what I see on the internet. And it doesn't matter what color you were or how the fuck the numbers were put together, numbers are numbers. So this is basically a desperate attempt from the left to shut the right up and turn off the logic bombs which are getting dropped on them left and right. All right, number 10. What is your opinion on the Cosby trial? Check out that video just for Cosby. I don't think Cosby's guilty of raping any of these women. I think he is a perpetrator of assholishness, but being an asshole is not rape. And also, he's from the 50s and 60s and 70s, and those people used a lot of drugs. They took all kinds of pills, they did all kinds of stupid shit willingly. So, in my opinion, you have a lot of women that are coming out of the woodwork to go after this old frail man to take his money, because he's going to probably be dead soon. He's 79. He's under a lot of pressure. And furthermore, the prosecutor who is going after Cosby has to get a conviction now. Because if he doesn't, Cosby and his estate, because he'll probably die shortly thereafter, can sue that principality into the goddamn Stone Age. And probably go after all of the media sites who slammed him so mercilessly in the public eye. But hey, that is just my opinion. I do think that there will be another trial. Cosby has roughly a 40% chance of winning this one. The one he just deadlocked in, I was 50-50 on that one. But I think they're going to choose they're going to choose the jurors a little more evenly with more women, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say, so they can skew the results in favor of the prosecutor, which is bullshit. There could be the possibility that they never try it again if they get Cosby to sign an agreement that he won't sue them, and they'll just let it lay and say it's his word against her word. Fuck it, it is what it is. All right, anyway, that's me for the day. You guys have a good night. Stay cool, stay dry, and don't go to the ground. Nobody likes the grounded pound.